Hello everyone, I hope you all are staying safe and sane during these crazy times. I just thought I would turn on the camera and check in with you all, give you some updates on how things are on my end, and just connect with you all. I know a lot of people on here are from parts of the world that are being severely affected, so really my heart goes out to you all, and wherever you are, everyone is being affected by this, so yeah, I hope all of us can hang in there. For me personally, I've been in self-quarantine for the past 10 days, coming from New York to Toronto. I came here to record the bulk of my album before going to Berlin, which neither of them are happening at the moment for obvious reasons. And also just coming from a high-risk place or out of the country to Toronto, it was advised that I self-quarantine for 2 weeks. So I have a few more days of that. And also where I stay, there are a few people that have underlying health conditions or are in the elderly age range. So I'm very careful about this. And also I'm concerned about going home to California, where also there's a lockdown. Today is March 19th, by the way. Is it? Today is not March 19th. Today is March 20th. That's what happens when you just stay inside and not see people. So, what was I saying? Going home is a concern because my father is in his 80s and he has several very severe health conditions that he's been struggling with. So, going home is concerning as well. For the time being, I think I will plant myself here, although I have no idea what is happening or where I will be. But I think just common sense tells me the best thing to do is to stay put. Besides, everything that I had up until the end of the summer has been canceled. So it's quite unique. I think it's also an opportunity to work on video stuff, work on things for you all here on Patreon, and work on my own music, which is great. In the first few days of after my arrival, I was pretty panicked, and I was just overwhelmed with all the news. And then I shut everything off in terms of even searching coronavirus in the search engines for about 3 or 4 days, and I think that certainly helped. I think even though it's super difficult to do so, keeping a little bit of a distance from the media, staying positive, and finding opportunities to make use of this time at home is the best way that we can get through this without losing our minds. Like I said in the beginning, I was quite distracted, but I found several new systems to just cope with being completely isolated all the time. This isn't a huge departure from my normal lifestyle, but I think just the fact that you're confined makes it much more intense than if it were to happen naturally. Because a lot of times I go days without seeing people or going outside even. I think the uncertainty of not having work or having certain work that I've been doing canceled or having breaks put on things, all of that really affects my vitality as a musician. And I know a lot of people on here are also musicians, so I really understand, or I think I understand some of the concerns that you have regarding your work and the immediate future. Speaking of coping, some things that have really helped me get throughout my day and also increase, I guess, a new sort of momentum for this type of workflow or this type of work environment, I should say, include decluttering. Of course, there's the traditional decluttering of your cabinets and your closets and things like that. That doesn't really apply to me currently, but I have been doing a lot of decluttering within my computer and my hard drives, my SD cards, all of that, and it has helped me tremendously, because having those things be disorganized really affects just my sense of clarity when I tackle a project or I go into my files. So that's been a great opportunity. Another thing is staying very true to my schedule and scheduling everything out, which is what I do anyway, because I don't have a 9-to-5 job. I'm a freelancer, so I make up my own schedule. But really having all the things that I want to do during that day, whether it's being very productive, work related or not, having that written down and visible in Google Calendars or on a piece of paper, I think really helps give your day structure. And it's really easy to just let that go, especially when you know that you're going to be inside with no concrete work to do in many cases for 2 weeks. It's it can just go out the window. Another thing is video chatting in groups. This isn't something that I have done so much of in the past. I've always done video calling one-to-one, but I find that video chatting in groups gives us a sense of community in real time. So it was quite helpful. Another thing that I want to mention is about music, and this one is slightly abstract, but the best way I can explain it is that I've been gravitating towards 2 different types of music, mostly speaking. One is uplifting music, whatever music that lifts my mood, whether it's listening or playing. And the other one is more so as a player, challenging music, something that will really engage me with intensity, so that I'm not I'm not succumbing to the distractions of my mind or the media. And I've been finding that very useful, whether it's working on a certain passage or a page of a piece or an exercise that is very difficult to me. I find that very, very effective. Anyway, now I'm rambling on. I think just the whole point of this video was to give you all just a realistic look of what I've been up to. There's so many things, again, that are so uncertain about what's to come. At the very same time, though, I'm very grateful that I have consistent things in my life, such as the video work and Patreon, that have not changed and won't be changed by things like this, unless, of course, we lose internet and power, which hopefully won't happen. But anyway, I hope to meet you all soon in the next video, where I can just continue to offer you some things to work on during this social distancing, self-quarantining times. And again, please stay safe, sane, productive, and I'll see you very soon.